Well, everybody, before we get started, because I filmed this with an iPhone, I lost half the footage in the first part, so we're just going to start off from where I woke up in the morning and continue on there. We have a 1350 watts JC Penney generator from like 1989 with a 3-horse Briggs & Stratton engine on it, and I picked it up for around $25 on Facebook Marketplace, and we're going to try to see if we can get the generator head to make power. I already know that the generator head does not make power, but maybe we can salvage the engine from the generator head and we'll have a good 3-horse Briggs engine. But I'm going to try and see if we can fix it anyway. And let's get right to it, shall we?
Good morning, everybody. Man, is it cold. It's not that early, and it's not that late in the morning to be starting engines, but I don't think anybody would complain. I guess we're gonna find out. But it is like 8:20, so and there's cars out there driving and stuff, so I don't think it would be too much of a problem. That's funny. I was just walking in my backyard and I noticed that there's footprints. Now I have a dog, so there's these footprints that come right here, and then there's this weird spot, and then all this like stuff that got spewed out this way. That is like a really weird. That's a weird thing. I might just do a couple cranks on it and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not too cold, but it might be. It might be too cold. Hopefully we're not going to cause engine damage on it. But there's only one way to find out. I'm going to just spin it myself a couple times. And then we'll see if she goes or not. I think our shutoff's right there. She sounds beautiful. She was just flooded, that's all. Yep, that engine sounds fantastic, and she is loud, so we're gonna give it about an hour or so or more before I try running it anymore. But yeah, she sounds great. Okay, all right, let me go get the multimeter and some tools, and I'll be back. All right, snow's starting to come down a little bit more now. Gonna have to make quick haste. All right, got watt meter. I've got a light. Just gonna see if anything flashes or does anything when I try to start it again. Hopefully this won't be too loud. I'm gonna warm my hands up for a second. Wow, it's cold. Yeah, hopefully this engine can build enough oil pressure to where it'll be okay running. But it's a cool little generator though. It sounds, I mean, the engine part sounds great, of course. It's very, very upsetting if the power output doesn't happen. Hopefully, but the engine stop works the way it's supposed to. I think that's all it has to. I would like a switch on it, but we haven't gotten that far yet. Not gotten that far yet. We'll do that. See if anything happens. Nothing. No power. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. But he wasn't wrong. Wasn't wrong that she don't make power. But sometimes there are ways in the stator to bring power back. But as far as I know, it doesn't seem like there is anything wrong. You know, the ohms, I assume, were right. I could be wrong, though. I got volts VAC. I'm just going to plug it in the end of this cord. I'm actually going to make sure that there's contact here. So we actually had 4.5 volts. Interesting. There's a little bit of voltage. It wasn't enough to light the light. I'm assuming that we lost residual magnetism. I looked up like all the tricks in the book, right? You know, I'm like looking everything up, and they said take a 9-volt battery and touch the 120-volt terminals while the engine's off. I think this is really dumb and it's not going to do anything, but I guess you never know. You know, personally, what I'm feeling is that it lost residual magnetism because we didn't have a short. So we had no short. This is stupid. I guess I gotta unplug all this too because it's gonna draw all this. I feel like this is dumb. I don't even know if it matters what voltage this goes. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a little jump. Okay, done. Now I only got 2.6 volts. I wonder if that made it worse. Knew that wasn't going to work. There was no way. You know, 2.6 volts, the light didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure that socket was on there tight too. I don't think that would have done anything, but... Everyone talks about the drill test. I don't get this. The low battery on the meter. Oh, that's great. Well, guess I got a 9-volt battery for something. This is dumb right here. This test right here, this is dumb. This is first of all, it's scary. Telling me that's gonna do something? I know you have to have it running, but I don't want to run it. Getting weird readings though. Like every now and then the voltage tried to like jump up to 7.2 volts. That's so bizarre though. And then we keep getting low battery on my meter because the meter's dead. Weird. It's so bizarre. I just realized when I was picking this engine up that I was lifting the top of the engine with the block of the motor. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but yeah, I did see a little bit of voltage. Like I said, I did see a little bit of something, but 7 volts. It's not much. Might just need a new internal piece of some sort. Internal capacitor, you know. I tried the drill test while it was running, and the voltage on the voltage meter would spike, go into the negative, and it'll come back up to 7.6 when I had the trigger on, like the trigger of the drill on, and then it would drop that back down to like 4 and then 2.7.
Well, everybody, so this is where the video kind of takes a sad turn. So, amongst a lot of footage where I put it up on top of a desk and I took the whole motor head off, I looked at everything, I tried, powering up the windings with a 12-volt battery or the brushes and all that stuff, and tried to basically go through the ropes. I sat there for hours trying to generate magnetism on it, and unfortunately nothing worked, and the coil did not look too good inside. Like someone may have ran it really hard, and unfortunately it just stopped working. It stopped producing power, and it was kind of at the point now where the amount of money to invest to try to get it to run again is unfortunately just not going to happen. For an engine this old, it's probably more worth going to buying a pure sine wave power station like an EcoFlow or something like that, and having a portable LFP battery, and you can, just kind of walk around and use that. But it'd be cool to have an old school generator running, but there's going to be a clip here where you see me, I've taken it apart and I've gotten to the engine, and the engine is all ready to go, and I'm going to try to find a project or someone that can use the engine, because this engine works great. There's nothing wrong with it, and I'm going to see if I can find somebody that can maybe use it for a go-kart, or maybe we will try to do something with it. I don't know yet. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think, and kind of wish before I would have taken it apart that I would have posted this video, but, well, it kind of is what it is. I'm learning as I go, but don't hate me too much. But here's that next clip. I took the housing off. I mean, it looked pretty rough inside there. Like someone may have ran it under high load and just burnt it to heck. It just doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look good. And at this point, for $25, the engine is still intact, the engine runs, and I think at this point, with all the work it would probably take to try to get, either a new rotor or something, or try to energize the windings more, or new pieces, it's going to cost so much, and it's just not going to be worth it. When you can go buy like a portable power station, for pretty cheap, So what I want to do is I want to take this little engine and I want to use it for a little go-kart, power washer, or something like that. I'm going to keep it as a good project, or sell it. Probably just going to keep it as an extra motor. You never know when you might need one. First, I want to get this whole thing mounted to something so that I can run it and make sure that it's running okay still, because trust me, I used that to pull off the armature. And plus, got a lot of good money in scrap in that, and the armature there. I'm so sad that it doesn't work though. Off camera, I did like hours just trying to figure it out, learn how, and it's just not going to happen. It's just not happening, unfortunately. So, that being said, going to try to mount this engine to something. It's already got its feet there. I'm okay with that. I need to figure out how to get it mounted to something else, because I have the feet over here. I have these feet, but they were for the original, generator part. I mean, maybe I can mount it, somehow like this, something on there. I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna see how it's gonna go. Well, everyone, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and if you have any advice for me or what I maybe could do, there's always a chance that I could get, the armature back on and try it again. But if you have any tips or anything like that, at this point, I think we're just going to keep the engine off, of course, like I said, and use the engine for another project, and maybe keep the, the windings and all that stuff. Maybe it'll be a future project. Maybe I could do something with it, or maybe get some money and scrap with it. And again, we still have the engine, so that makes me feel a little better. And yeah, so everyone, I want to say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Don't hate me too much, and we'll see you in the next one.